Wouldn't it be great if you could always just hang an exterior porch lamp, this one a carriage style, on the exterior of the house? I mean, if you have a box mounted in the wall already, a pre-existing box, it's going to be a fairly simple job. But generally speaking, it seems like it's always the case. But if it's not that, you have a lamp you want to install where there is none existing, maybe a J box or an existing round electrical box, is not going to work in this case either, because of the small size of the box. This is in comparison to the size of the lamp. The back of the lamp is bigger than either the bell box, either the round or the square bell box. So, and to keep the thing from in this situation where I wanted to replace the existing, it was just one bulb lamp. There's an existing switch and a outlet box, and I kept these here because it's feeding it's going to be feeding a motion light out here, and an existing switch box. This is the power coming from inside the house. So I moved the light up here, but this is what I had to do. It always seems to be the case when I've got to install an exterior carriage lamp, because it's just never ordinary. I can't really cut a hole in the wall here. Besides, there's a stud right, I think, here. Anyways, but I had to try to fabricate a little metal plate and cut some holes for the screws. So this is going to attach to this bell box that I put in between this pipe here to support the carriage lamp. That'll go on the back. The wires will be through here. Not only that is often enough, it's often the case. Maybe you're going to be mounting a carriage lamp, this type of an outdoor porch light. How you mount it is the little screw in the side, and like the lamp I put up in another place in this house, that would prevent you from getting a screwdriver in the side of that lamp in order to tighten that last screw to hold the lamp up. Even then, if you just have a strap, the light's going to tend to want to just bend on the strap anyway. So, and it's exposed from the back if you're putting it on a bell box or like aluminum square outside exterior box. Though it's under a cover, it's still got. I don't want bugs and dirt just accumulating inside of the back. So that's why I had to cut the a little metal plate for that. Going to be up here. Maybe I'll show how I mount that. Looks like we're going to mount the plate here, but I'm also going to have to so I've got 4 screws holding this guy up here onto the bell box. Unfortunately, like I was saying, with the screw in the side of the lamp, I'm not going to be able to affix it or I can't use the strap at all. So I just got to abandon using this strap idea. So this is, because of this hole is useless at this point. So like I'm going to have to pre-drill through the porch light on each corner and self-tap it into the plate I cut out of sheet metal up there. So I removed the glass cage for the light so I don't break it. Plus I need to access these 2 bolts back, these 2 areas. I'm going to drill this out so that I can put 4 self-tappers through the light in the corners here so that I can put my screws in there. This stuff is At first I thought it was plastic, but it's aluminum, I reckon. But it drills really easy. Drills really easy here. I'll kind of get the corners. I'm going to do 4 of those holes. I had to do the same thing on this other light, which was at least it had a electrical mounted in the wall, but over here, this trim didn't allow me to get the screw in the side, just like I was talking about. So, you know, almost the same situation. I was able to drill 4 holes and actually just screw, I would say sheetrock screw, but these are deck screws. Just screw it into the wall. Luckily there's this is solid wood on the outside, except for just a little hole where the wires are coming through into the back of the lamp. So I had to wire it first, and I drilled the 4 holes and put in some screws to hold that up there. Then I'll put the light back on there. But it's almost the same situation. Can't get into the screws, the side where you need to attach that screw. Can't do it from this side either. But that'll be fine for that. So I'm gonna pre-tap the holes and put in 1 screw just to get my placing right. And you're gonna notice that yeah, I'm gonna have to pre-wire it first before I install the light. But I'm gonna tap the holes first and then go back with the back out the self-tappers and back out the self-tappers and realign it. So get my bearings straight here. Okay. And that looks about right. This is not how I want to install a light, but I think I've put maybe dozens of carriage lights on the exterior of a home on having to do it on a bell box. They should make a kit for this, because I wish I could use something heavier back there rather than just a piece of thin sheet metal. But it actually is pretty snug back there. But yeah, I'm going to tap the holes, put in the screws, just lightly, and then take it back off, wire it, and screw it back on. And it's going to be pretty secure. After hanging the carriage lamp with a piece of scrap wire so I can wire it up, I guess I'll just show you something I do is I don't trust the normal little 1/4 inch of wire they pre-strip these often these lamps that are factory. I cut them back a little bit, strip them back maybe to a good I would say, I don't know, 3/4. That wire nut's going to cover that all up. I want it really to go in there, make a good contact, because I don't want to take this light off ever again. It's going to work. I'm expecting 20 years of service here. Okay. Maybe I could have made that little hole in the middle a little bigger, like I expected to. Maybe I can get the wires actually to push back into the hole and back into the J-box. Yeah, I think they're going to fit just fine. So this is going to make it a lot easier to get the without having a wire. Without having the wire get in the way of putting the box cover back on. That way they're hidden out of sight. not exposed to the weather. Okay. Looks like they got in there pretty good. Alright, so that ought to fit on there pretty good. Yeah, okay. Now I'm just going to add all this, put the screws back in there. Alright, got the light bulb back on there and everything back in place. I'm just going to add a little touch-up paint. Make that box in there kind of match the dark brown. I got some dark brown touch-up paint. And you know, we'll change out the light bulb to something different. But yeah, I'm pretty happy there. And we'll just mount our... yeah, that'll be easy. So there you go. I think that it's a good looking light. Oh, wish you could have seen what was there before this. But anyways, there you go.